Stand Up Diaries with Michelle Christine.
Hello and welcome to Stand Up Diaries, entry 153. I'm in Kentville, Nova Scotia, and I'm at the tail end of my East Coast tour. I did one when I was in Victoria, British Columbia, and now I'm doing one in Nova Scotia. And I'm very happy to be in this crazy kind of hotel. Okay, I'm gonna lift this up a little bit because it's kind of crazy. And this is gonna jostle a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do this as smooth as possible. Here's my hotel room, okay? What's that? That's hardwood floors. I've never been in a hotel before that's had hardwood floors. It's crazy. And then if I zoom it over here, right there you see a chair, okay? I mean, that's interesting enough, I guess. But the back is like this crazy brick. It's crazy brick. And now let's look outside. Whoa, okay. We're gonna try not to jostle too much. Outside is an orchard. This place is called the Orchard Inn. So it's an orchard. Those are orchard trees. That's, I don't know if this is a winery, but see in the distance? I'm gonna try to zoom it in a little bit. That is a cliff. That is a cliff right there in water, and it's pretty freaking cool. That's why, you know, it's Nova Scotia, New Scotland, very similar. The White Cliffs of Dover. You see what I'm trying to say here? Anyway, so we're gonna zoom that back down. I'm gonna put this here. Oh my goodness gracious. And then I'm gonna flip this mofo over. And hopefully I put it in a good place. Yes, it is. It's in a good place. So I'm Michelle Christine, as you probably know if you're watching this, and the East Coast leg has happened. We started off in January. We came back for Christmas and New Year's after our well-deserved break. We did 42 shows, 40 days. We even stopped off in Chicago and did 4 open mics, which was a lot of fun. We got some deep dish pizza. I performed at Second City in Chicago, which was a blast, and I had so much fun. Met a lot of cool friends, and was impressed at how good the Toronto comedy scene is in comparison. The quality definitely of Toronto stacks up, and the work ethic. We're all hustlers in these big cities because you have to be. You see everyone else that is so good and you strive to be as good as they are, so that's really important. And then Christmas and New Year's I spent with my family, which was great. So nice to see Dean and Kuza and just have some time to myself. And then on January 2nd, one day after New Year's, we hit the road and did Sarnia, which was Andrew's hometown show, which was a fantastic show. Oh my gosh, he worked with some local guys there. We had a couple local guys on the show, and it was packed, over 100 people. We had so much fun. Then the next day we were in London. Then we were in Ajax for my hometown show. Not nearly as good as Andrew's, that's for sure. Not a ton of people, but my close friends from high school, my aunt and uncle, my sister, some people I used to work with at Future Shop came, and it was a lot of fun, and I did the room proud, and I think I did my family proud, which is really important because it's always high stakes. I'd rather perform in front of, my nose is itchy, I'd rather perform in front of 1,000 people I didn't know than your closest friends and family, because you want to make them proud. It's really that simple. And then we took off and did, where did we go? We went to Waterloo, which was nice. Sohail Kartor, I hope I pronounced that properly. I pronounced properly. Probably, that's funny, I actually screwed that up. Anyways, let's move on. That was a great room. So Hale runs a great room in Waterloo, and I love doing it. I've done it a few times. He's built that baby up from scratch, and it's at the Crooked Sword. Right actually where I used to live. I used to go to the school at University of Waterloo and lived on Churchill Court, 378A Churchill Court. I'll never forget it. Anyway, so it's pretty close to there. And then we headed off to Montreal. We were in Montreal, which was fun. Then we did the University of New Brunswick in Fredericton, the University of New Brunswick in St. John. Then we were in Cape Breton University. We hopped on a ferry. We went to Newfoundland and played Porto Basque. And we were in Newfoundland for 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours. Did a fantastic show there at Shark Cove. Had so much fun. The owner liked it so much, he tipped us in greenery. That's all I'm going to say. And then we hopped on the ferry back. So we did the overnight ferry, came back. It's like a 5 or 6 hour ferry. We got a cabin that time so we could all kind of like sit and chill, and let's just say I utilized the greenery, and I kind of tripped out a little bit with the waves, and I was watching Mayday. They had TVs in the room, so I was watching Mayday. which is like a show about plane crashes. And it's kind of like, oh man, it would really suck to, sink. The Titanic sunk not far off the coast of Newfoundland. And so, just hoping you're not going to hit an iceberg, which is probably not going to happen. But the lifeboats are hardcore on the ferries. They even have like tops. So they're almost like little capsules, like a pill capsule, but giant sized. Anyway, so that was fun. And then we got back and we performed in New Glasgow, which was a lot of fun. It was a kind of a packed show Saturday night. And then we were in Halifax. And then my friend Mike, who I went to university with, he lived on my floor at East A in Rev in Waterloo, Ronite Village. He came to the show with some friends, some lawyer friends of his. The writer for the Chronicle Herald came that wrote an article about the show. It was great, and we had a lot of fun. And then where were we after Halifax? Oh, we were in Charlottetown, PEI. So that was fun. That was our 10th province. We went to every single province in Canada. That's pretty cool. So many thousands and probably 30,000 kilometers or something outrageous. I'm not sure if it really got that far, but a lot. And I took the Confederation Bridge, which was fun. I think that's around 13 kilometers long. It's $45.50. You don't have to pay to get into PEI. You only pay to leave PEI, which is probably to keep you in PEI. It's 145,000 people. It's actually the most densely populated kind of by area province in Canada, because every other province has so much land where nobody lives. So it's actually the most densely populated province in Canada by land, which I think is very interesting. And then we are now here in Kentville, Nova Scotia. And it's going to be a fun show. It's going to be on campus. I like the hotel. Then tomorrow we have to drive all the way to Montreal, which is like a 13-and-a-half-hour drive because we're playing at Burritoville. And then on January 22nd, which is a Thursday, it's our finale show in Toronto at the Comedy Bar at 8 p.m. And it's been an epic journey. I knew that kind of in planning it and how much work it took, that it was going to be exhausting and it's going to be grueling, but that I would definitely look back on it fondly. And I'm already kind of looking back on it fondly with these beautiful trees outside, this lovely cliff in Nova Scotia, this interesting room that's kind of like medieval. And it's just kind of nice that I have the room to myself so my two tour mates aren't thinking I'm totally nuts talking into a camera for, oh my God, over 7 minutes now. Look at that. But I had a lot to say. I guess what I'm most proud of is that I just took a huge risk doing this tour. I bit off more than I could chew, and it gave me deadlines. It gave me just this enormous goal that I had nothing but hard work to really achieve, and I've really impressed myself with what I've been able to pull off, and I don't mind saying that. And I just can't wait to get back to the city. I'm going to go to Colorado the day after. So literally January 23rd, the day after my show, I'm going to Colorado with Dean for a week. And my two friends, Sarah, Grace, and Ross, are coming with us. So that should be a nice, fun little kind of decompress. And then it's what's next? What's next? I don't know. Do I plan another tour? Do I do it in Canada? Do I do it in Australia? Do I do it in the United Kingdom? I have a UK passport because my parents are British. I could legally work there. It wouldn't be too much of a hassle. It's hard to get into the States. I really got to up my comedy portfolio to be able to get a visa to move. Well, maybe not move, but definitely, the United States is on my radar if you want to be, the top of your game in comedy. It's a hard place not to visit frequently, if not move. So that's the reality there. So right now, I'm just trying to do as many comedy shows as I possibly can to get good enough to get my visa there. So that's probably the semi-long-term plan. And then the short-term plan, I've got to come up with one very quickly, I guess. But anyways, this has been your next edition of Stand Up Diaries, a much longer version than normal, but hey, you know what? I haven't done one in a while, and I had to give a little bit of a description of my East Coast tour. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.